What's up, YouTube? Make sure you subscribe to my videos. Make sure you hit that like button and that notification bell so you can get my videos when they drop. And make sure you share my videos so the world can see it. Now, I don't I don't know if y'all remember back in 2012 when this young dude from Chicago orchestrated the murder of his own mother for financial gain. You know, next month on the 11th, him and his co-defendant goes to sentencing, and his co-defendant, who is the actual killer, goes to court tomorrow as well for 3 charges. Though I don't believe they'll trump this murder case. And if you don't know whom they are or recall this case, I'll refresh your memory right now. Qawmane Wilson, aka Young QC, was a local low-level rapper who was sucked up by a life of crime when due to him wanting to stunt and floss, you know. On September the 2nd of 2012, Qawmane Wilson, along with 2 other people, Eugene Spencer and Loriana Johnson, committed the most foolish, disrespectful, horrendous act a son could have ever committed against his own mama. This fool had his mama shot and stabbed to death so he could collect on her 2 life insurance policies and savings account money totaling more than $70,000 to $90,000. I mean, this isn't the first or last time a person will carry out an act of violence against a family member for money, though. How do you commit such an act like this against your own mama, and then attend the funeral as if you weren't involved at all? You know, he had attended the funeral back when this happened, and his mother had the funeral. He had attended the funeral like if nothing had happened, but he was acting suspicious. So people was looking at him, you know, family members and friends. They was looking at him and observing his behavior because he was acting funny and suspicious, but they didn't know at the time that he was involved because he kept going outside, talking on his phone. He wouldn't sit in the front or nothing like that, and that's unusual behavior, especially if your mother was killed and the funeral is going on, you know. And on top of all that, you know, he started making YouTube videos, flossing the money as if he had made it from rapping or something like that, you know. So it was all suspicious, you know. This motherfucker deserves everything that comes his way. No mercy, because that's exactly what he showed the woman who carried him for 9 months and brought his selfish, devious ass into this world, you know. Yeah, Yolanda Holmes, that's the name of his mom, Yolanda Holmes, who was stabbed and shot to death by Eugene Spencer, who was paid by Qawmane. You know, this is crazy, peoples. This is. After all these years, I still find this troubling. You know, she was asleep. Look, check this out. She was asleep in her bed when this ignorant fool entered into her home, stabbing her numerous times and shooting her in the temple. You know, now this young guy had to be possessed by something, some type of entity to have someone kill his mama and then act as if it never occurred. I mean, it has to be bothering him to some extent while he's sitting up waiting to be sentenced, sitting up in his cell every night. It has to be bothering him. I know it's bothering him. You know, money was certainly the root of all evil in this case. And according to various people who knew him and his mother, whom apparently owned a beauty salon on Chicago's north side and was well-to-do, this fool could have went to her and asked for anything. You know, he didn't have to have her killed and then splurge with the insurance money like he did all over YouTube. He could have went and asked for anything he wanted, because apparently to everybody that knew her, she gave him everything he wanted anyway, you know. At first I was going to show a portion of the clip, then decline when I felt sick to my stomach, you know. It's like, I'm not going to show this fool throwing money, making it rain and smiling and having a good time like nothing happened. Fuck that. I wasn't gonna do that, you know. However, when Eugene shot and killed Qawmane's mama, her boyfriend was awakened by the noise and got into a fight. You know, they both got into a fight with each other, and the shooter, you know, he pistol whipped Qawmane's mother's boyfriend and got away. So he was lucky for that, you know. I'm glad that this shooter was almost caught though, because just a few moments earlier, her boyfriend may have woke up and got him before the killing occurred, and she still would be alive, you know. It's sad because this woman was only 45 years old and her life cut short by someone she never expected it. You know, she had never expected her son to be involved in something like this, you know, especially against her. She loved her son to death, literally. There was nothing she wouldn't do for him, like I stated, or give him if he wanted it. You know, it's always these kids who not struggling, that has everything they need, yet they still feel a need to belong and associate themselves with violence and foolishness. This boy robbed her of her life and savings, something she worked hard for to support herself and his stupid ass. You know, this dude was pure evil and selfish. And believe me, his time in prison is going to be extra hard, because no one is going to respect somebody who set up their own mama to be killed for some money. That's real talk. He probably won't even make it as soon as he touches a yard, unless he goes straight to protected custody, which I'm quite sure he'll do on his own free will, because he know that shit was foul. You know, the thing that continually gets to me is how this dude just kept posting videos on social media after the murder, just flossing the money, making it rain with $100 bills without a care in the world, like his mother wasn't dead. Like if he had made the money legally by performing at a concert or something like that, you know, because he was a local rapper. You know, buying expensive clothes, stunting around the city in his car that his mother bought for him. She bought him a Camaro, you know. He went and spent the money on some rims, you know. He had no real intentions of doing anything positive with the money. Just dumb, you know, just foolish. Just real foolish. No real intentions on investing the money, spending it frivolously, just like how people do when they get a large sum of money and they never had anything before. This is what they do, you know. And anyway, that's in my eyes, that's pure evil. You know, his heart is engulfed in darkness and love doesn't reside there. I just be wondering a lot of the time as to what in the hell is going on in the minds of most of these young guys in Chicago, you know. Don't get me wrong, everybody in the Chi don't act crazy and has some sense too. So please don't take what I'm saying as an insult or as if I'm talking about people that's from Chicago. You know, that's not the case here. That's not what I'm doing, you know, because I do know that young dudes around the country act like this too. Though so much BS goes on out there in Chicago like this on a daily. But, you know, the judge in this case is disgusted, as the prosecutor is too, and I believe his attorney as well. You know, people is upset and sick, you know, about this case. And this case happened, like I said, September 2nd, 2012, you know. That's 7 years ago. And it's still, you know, they disgusted by it. And Qawmane, he's scheduled to be sentenced next month, October 11th at 9:30 a.m. You know, I don't know exactly what his fate will be, though I do believe he'll most likely be spending the rest of his natural-born life behind prison walls. And that's if the judge has leniency for this fool, you know. As for the female, who was the getaway driver, she received a lighter sentence back in 2015 and will be eligible to get out next year in 2020 at the end of the year. You know, she was charged with being a lookout and a getaway driver. You know, I also believe she was involved romantically with Qawmane, because I found out that she had a tattoo of his name close to her vagina area. Somewhere, somewhere by the stomach, in between the stomach and the vagina area. Another dumb broad that was manipulated, thinking she was going to live a lavish life and got tricked into doing some dumb shit, or maybe she just wanted to do it anyway. Either way, it was still dumb in my eyes, Anyways, the actual shooter of Yolanda Holmes, Eugene, will most likely be facing the same sentence as Qawmane. Both of them were found guilty by a jury earlier this year, back in March. Just like his co-defendant Qawmane, he go back to court on the 11th as well, though he has 4 other charges that he will be seen on the 11th for too, outside of the sentencing. And he goes to court tomorrow, like I mentioned earlier in this video. Yeah, and I don't really know what that's about, what he go to court for tomorrow, but I do know this: it don't even matter, because he already been found guilty, first-degree murder, so he's not getting out, and he go to court on the 11th, and I don't know what his fate will be. It ain't gonna be nothing nice, I can tell you that. But anyway, y'all, let me know how y'all feel in the comments below about this. And if you never heard about this before, let me know how you feel, because these type of situations happen every day. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button, and make sure you hit that notification bell. That notification bell is serious, because once you hit it, you're going to be able to receive the videos immediately. You'll get the notifications that I'm dropping the videos. And make sure that you share my videos so people can see them too. All right, peace.